Awesome. I love it. So when you started in 2013 officially, what was your business model? How did you decide on that?
Yeah.
It revolved around critical care at that point or not yet?
Yeah, absolutely. So I did kind of the side gig of bariatric surgery, came back to critical care, and it was interesting. So I've been a member of the Junior League. So Junior League is a women's organization, and they've got them in a lot of big cities. And in Seattle, one of the big focuses of the Junior League is to train its members, and it was very interesting. I just feel like the sun and the moon aligned for me to do this. But in about 2011, 2012, they had quite a number of trainings that were on how to write a business plan, how to start a business, marketing, and it was just like every time I would see a class that had anything to do with or an educational offering to do with business, I took it. And so I probably attended like 5 or 6 classes on how to start a business, how to write a business plan. And then I will tell you, so one of the women who's local here in Seattle, so this is all non-nursing, right? One of the women who gave one of the business trainings was also a business coach. And I decided from the very beginning, from day one of starting my business, I am going to hire a coach to get me through the business part of things. I know the clinical nurse specialist piece. I was really good at the public speaking piece of things, and providing education. So I decided I'm going to hire a coach who I met with once a month for 4 years to get me on the business side of things. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you, it was very expensive, but it was one of the best investments I ever made in myself and my business. But no, I decided. So when I wrote my business plan, it was kind of funny because I wrote my business plan for my husband. So, because when you go into business, it's not just you going into business, your family goes into business with you, right? In one way or another. Yep. And my husband's an engineer, and he's like a Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, likes things very planned, right? And then here's me who's like, oh, let's go to London and go do a talk, right? So anyway, so I wrote the business plan for him, and because I had to kind of pitch the idea for him, right? And it's so funny, like I created a PowerPoint, and I was like all official about it, and I really wanted to do the ROI and like how am I going to make money? What is a profit loss look like? So anyways, I pitched it to him, and it was so funny. I thought I was going to get resistance from him. And he was like, no, this makes sense. You need to do this. And he it was so funny. He's kind of a quiet guy. He's very introverted. And he had given me one of the biggest compliments he'd ever given me. And he said, you're one of the hardest working people I know. And I was like, okay, and I'll tell you, that little installation of confidence from him was just like a catapult I needed. And so anyway, so I came up with a business plan, and I decided it's going to be, so this is what I thought initially. I created what were called buckets, right? So one bucket was going to be consulting with hospitals as a clinical nurse specialist on quality improvement. Another bucket was going to be teaching CCRN, which is the critical care certification review course, with CCRN and PCCN, which is progressive care. That was going to be another bucket. Another bucket was going to be working with industry. So I was going to work, kind of with a medical device company and do public speaking and consulting for them. And so I originally started, and then the other bucket, so it's 4 buckets. The other bucket was to do just keynote talks and presentations and things like that. So I had 4 buckets. And what I quickly learned, and I thought, and I put a percentage on each bucket and where I thought most of my work would come from. And I quickly learned hospitals are a pain in the butt to work with as far as quality improvement, right? It's as a clinical nurse specialist. Hospitals took forever to make a decision. They thought nothing of canceling on me. And I learned really quickly, you have to have a strong contract with a very strong cancellation policy. And it has to have financial penalties in it, and the money has to get collected up front. So I learned a lot of things about the business from the beginning. And then what I saw was this massive shift. I think timing is everything, right? And there were this huge group of baby